Hey guys, it's me, Melly. I was trying to record a video the other day, book review for a book I have read, but I had upgraded my computer to Windows 10, and it took forever, and then it was like 12 o'clock at night, and then I recorded a video to upload later, and then I don't know, it was being weird. And then, when I went to go do it, I turned on my laptop earlier, and Windows 10 was being very sucky. That's the only way to describe it. And I had to figure out how to get it off the computer and restore it back to Windows 7. And it took like a half hour for my computer to actually boot up. Like, it started, and I logged in, and then it took like a half hour for everything to load. Which there's not really anything low, because there's not really anything on my computer, because it was my school computer and I only used it to write papers. But now I'm not in school, so I mean, there's nothing on there. I don't have any games. I don't have nothing. Anyway, so I mean, like, there's a few pictures, but it's not anything like major that would cause it to be that slow. So anyway, I just had to restore it back to Windows 7, because Windows 10, the idea is okay, but then I kept getting like notifications of things. I'm like, okay, where are these notifications coming from? So I think that's also what made it slow, because I think Windows 10 is trying to be, I guess, for an older computer, because I have a Dell Latitude with Windows 7. I guess for the older computer, maybe Windows 10 isn't that great. Maybe for the newer, ones coming out now that have the Windows 10 operating system, it's probably better. The running system is probably better, because I guess it's the Windows 10 is like, the idea of it is, I guess, to be like a tablet, or to have the apps instead of, I don't know. Anyway, enough about my ranting. The reason for my video, it's a book review. It's a book review. Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I don't know why, like, I guess the color of the book, it causes a glare. Anyway, okay, Maybe Someday. Colleen Hoover. If you follow me on Goodreads, Melly Loves Books, you will know that I gave this book 4 stars. Why 4 and not 5? I will tell you in a moment. So basically, Maybe Someday is about a girl named Sydney who's on her 22nd birthday finds out that her boyfriend is cheating on her with her best friend. Now, let me give you a little background on that, or why did the two think it was no big deal. Her best friend and her boyfriend knew each other before they knew her. Yes, they had a intimate, casual relationship, and it didn't really mean anything. It was kind of like if they were each other's go-to for their needs in that way. Anyway, so she finds this out, and the way she finds this out is she has this neighbor, Ridge, who sits on his balcony and plays guitar, and she's never met him in person. One day he saw her listening on the balcony and saw her lips moving, so he singing, and he wrote her a sign that says text me, whatever, with his phone number, and he asked her to write down lyrics that she was singing for the song he was writing. Anyway, so then he tells her, not that same day, but he tells her, it's actually like the day of her birthday, like I guess that morning, he tells her, there's something I need to tell you, and you take it for what it is, whether, believe me or not. And he tells her what he's been singing in the apartment. And she's like, no, I think they're planning something for my birthday. Da, 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 da. Then she comes to the realization that like, something happens where she comes to the realization that, wait, they were together. Why were they together and they wouldn't tell me they were together? And then she's like, oh, well, maybe they were planning something for me. And then the day of her birthday, she comes home from work and she realizes what was really going on. And they try to explain it as oh, you know, it really doesn't mean anything, you know, we've done this for years and years and years, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so she goes running out with her suitcase. Duh. So it starts pouring raining, and Ridge sees her, sends his roommate out to get her. They form a friendship. And the friendship kind of goes for... It goes into more than just friendship. Them writing music together because he asked if she would write lyrics for a song, and she agreed to do it for the band, which is, he's in the band, but he's not in the band. He writes the music. And the reason for this, I will not tell you. I will leave it as a surprise if you've not read the book, because I was a little surprised when this little detail about Ridge came out. Anyway, so they try to fight the attraction they have for each other and the chemistry going on. And a whole bunch of things happen, and his girlfriend gets sick, and he leaves because he finds out she's leaving, moving out, and he goes to run and talk to her, and then somehow the girlfriend wakes up from the hospital because she has this illness. I don't remember what it's called, but she has an illness, and she sees his laptop. He had left it in the hospital, and she's reading their text messages back and forth, and she comes after them, and she leaves. And then Ridge tells Sydney, you have to leave the apartment right now, and she, you know, she does. His other roommate, who's also his best friend, takes her to the hotel, sets her up, because she was moving out anyway, finding an apartment, but it wasn't going to be ready for a few days. Anyway, so Ridge and his girlfriend, after a few days, have a heart-to-heart, and his girlfriend explains to him that she understands what has been going on. She understands that it wasn't him trying to be unfaithful to her or anything like that, and that doesn't mean she's not hurt by it, but that she understands it, and that she tells him that you know, it's time for us to go our separate ways, that you thinking you need to take care of me because of my illness and be my knight in shining armor, you're actually holding me back from doing all these things in life I want to do that I was told I would never get a chance to do. So after that, he goes to Sydney and he tells her what happens, and then he says, if you know, I can't hold my feelings back, you know, so forth and so on. Anyway, I'm not going to finish telling you what happens because I don't want to spoil the rest of the story, but I do want to tell you the reason why. Anyway, so all this stuff happens. I'm not going to tell you the end of the story because I don't want to ruin it for you, because I mean, I love the book a lot. I love the way it was written. It was written from the point of view of Sydney and Ridge. And kind of like, yeah, the point of view of Sydney and Ridge. I really like the voice, the story, I guess, in my sense, I would say the voice of the story. And I say the voice because I felt as if I was there. Not obviously there, but I felt as if I was like I was a spectator to everything going on. I felt as if like the story, like in my head, I know a lot of people read and they create the characters of the book in their head or their voices. I actually felt like I knew them. Like it really the book pulled me in, so to speak. The reason why I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads was this. At the end of the book, and this was my only, it wasn't a disappointment, but it was my only, like, moment of the whole book, was because I felt as if it was drug okay, I felt as if the author, Colleen Hoover, took what was happening and stretched it to the point where you're like, okay, we know what's happening, like, move on. Like, it was like, and I know the reason why she did it, which I'm not going to tell you, but I know the reason why the reason why she did it was because she wanted us to experience what the characters were experiencing. However, and if you have read the book, you would understand why. However, I felt as if it was too much of an experience, like as if I was being repetitive, as if I was doing something and then I did it another way and another way to show you how many ways I can feel doing this one thing. And that was my only moment. Besides that, and that's why I gave it 4 stars. I probably would have gave it 4.5 if I could have, because it's not really that big of a deal. But for me, that was the only moment, like I said. Anyway, sorry, hang tight. Okay. Anyway, so if you liked the book, comment, let me know. If you didn't like the book, comment, let me know. I'm sorry, I'm just really, like, if you're, I'm just really tired. So, I mean, I'm trying to be as quick as possible with my review. I want to go to sleep. Why? Well, I live in Philadelphia, and if you are aware of what has been going on in Philly for the past couple days, Pope Francis was here, and even though I was not able to go to the actual downtown, I have been sitting in front of the TV since yesterday, watching everything that has been going on, and I'm really inspired by his words. I am a practicing Catholic, and I am in me and my 2 daughters are in communion classes to make our communion and confirmation. I never did it as a kid for various reasons, which I will not get into. But so yes, I have been glued to my TV. Me and my husband, and we watched the Mass today. And so, sitting in my living room, I was sitting on the floor with a pillow behind me for 2+ hours straight. I'm just really tired. So, anyway, maybe someday, Colleen Hoover. I'm also reading The Darkest Minds. I don't know if that's a light above or what, but okay, Darkest Minds. I am on page, what page am I on? I can't find my bookmark. I am on page 234. That's chapter 15. So I'm on chapter 15. Exactly. I like it. I really do. I will probably do a review for it. If I don't, it's probably because, not because I didn't like it, just because, I don't know, this one's a hard one to explain. And I know there's a 2nd and 3rd book in the series, I think. Yes, there's a 2nd and 3rd book in the series. So, well, wait. Yes, book 1, book 2, book 3. So there's 3 books in the series, and I probably will not find book 2 and book 3, just like I have not found book 2 and book 3 in the library for Daughter of Bone, Smoke and Bone. Sorry, that's how tired I am. And I really want to finish that trilogy. So if you also read Darkest Minds or liked it, didn't like it, let me know. So, that's the end of my book review for this Sunday night. I hope everybody has a great evening. It is 9:30. I'm off to bed. My girls don't have school tomorrow, so I can sleep in late, but my husband still has to work, so I need to get everything off the bed so that when he does come up after the news, he can go to sleep. So anyway, everybody have a good night. I hope you enjoyed this review. Remember, thumbs up if you did, thumbs down if you didn't. I don't take it personal. I understand. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.